It is Thursday, October 30th. I started at Shasta's Park, and I'm going to go up a series of switchbacks, which gets you into the Gateway Trail system, and take a route that I used to do all the time, and since I've gotten back into the e-biking, I've only done it a few times, about 3 times. It's got some tricky parts to it. And since I started back, I've managed to do them a few times and managed to not do them a few times, so I have no idea what will happen on this ride. I'll just cross my fingers and hope I make it clean through all the difficult sections. A little bit chilly out. It's probably about 60 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, and kind of filtered sunlight, kind of high, thin clouds. And in just a moment here, I'm going to turn left on this little trail that does the switchbacks up. If you could go straight, it's rocky, ledgy, very steep. I watched a video of somebody out here that went down that. I kind of doubt that anybody could ride up it, and it's more than I would care to ride down. So I always do the switchbacks, and they have their challenges. This part I'm on is easy, but I think there's about 3 fairly tight hairpin turns. If you're on your game, they're not that hard to do, but I'm not always on my game. First hairpin turn coming up right here. What I got to remember to do through that one is pedal through it and keep just a little bit of speed. I get going too slow sometimes, then have to put a foot down. The next 2 are not as tricky as the one I just did going up, but can be tricky coming down. And I'll come back the same way eventually. And again, you got to keep a little bit of speed going around those corners. This is a fairly tight corner right here. And that one I really can't carry speed on. I have to kind of finesse that one a little more. If I could really do that properly, you'd have to almost bunny hop it. Make sure you didn't hit your bottom bracket. And here's where I got off this trail that parallels the railroad track. Get on to, I think they call it Stellar Way. It's an old road, but you can take around for quite a ways if you choose to. So I'm riding a Trek Fuel EXE. It's got that TQ50 motor in it. It's been a really good bike. The walk mode on it never worked well, and currently it doesn't work at all. It's sort of an error code. Everything else works fine. Fortunately, the bike is light enough that having to push it up a hill is not the hardest thing. Speaking of which, though, this little climb right here, I had trouble making it a day or so ago. Let's see if I can make it today. I had to walk up it finally. So far so good though. And I think they call this My Trail now. There used to be no name on it, but it connects up to My Trail. That's the name of it in just a minute. I made it up the switchbacks at the beginning, and I just made it up that. I think I will do Lower My Trail. Upper My Trail is often how I like to do this loop, but I tried it a couple days ago, and there's a place where I lost the trail. I couldn't figure out how to get back on it, and I wound up taking this goat track uphill, which required a lot of hike-a-bike, and I don't really want to do that again. So I'll see if I can get onto Upper My Trail coming back, and see if I can figure out what happened. That spot where I lost the trail. Now, difference going this way is that I like to go on a trail called Stump. It has a hill that I had a lot of trouble with for a while and finally figured out how to do it. And if I was on Upper My Trail, it takes me up very close to it. With this one, I've got to ride up uphill up the trail for a fair distance to get back to it. And I think I've ridden kind of this route about 3 times now since I got back to riding again. And the last time I actually made it up that steep spot on Stump, which first couple times I got stuck halfway up and had to push it up. So maybe this time I'll make it. Now when I'm coming back, I will go down this trail that's straight in front of me, Pig Farm. But for now, I'm going to go up the tunnel trail until I find Stump. I will go up Stump, and then I will switch over to Pig Farm down. Okay, so tunnel is going to the left, but I'm going to go straight. Kind of wondering if I should have gone left. Oh yeah, got some steep little hills here. Oh, wait a minute, I'm back to tunnel, so I don't have to do that. I'm not going to. I've gone up there before by mistake, and that gets hard. Of course, what I'm doing right here, I'm adding extra distance. If I could find that upper my trail, it would take me out much higher. I wouldn't be riding uphill and back around so much. But it doesn't matter. My whole point is to get out here and enjoy the ride and get some exercise. And it says that's my trail. The left, that's upper my trail. I would have come out here. And then it's still a little ways to Stump, but nowhere near as far. Anyway, I'm in the tunnel trail still. That's another issue I've had coming back out here. I kind of forget all the different pathways through here. Everything is can be a little hard to look at and just figure out, is that where I want to really go? When I was riding out here more often, I just automatically knew which way to turn and how to go. And I think I might be at Stump now. Yes, I am. Good. Made it. So far, I've made it through every tricky spot. But this ride is still young. I could make mistakes. Honestly, though, aside from this hill, I have to try to make it up. Maybe I will. The only tricky part going back is going to be when I go down those switchbacks, because it can be more challenging to make those corners on the switchbacks going down sometimes than it is trying to go up. I think when I made it up this hill, which I'll be at very soon, I did it 2 days ago when I was in second gear. I do remember though, when I was riding more, I was getting up it and I was using third gear all the time. So I got to scratch my head. Do I want to try third? But then the worry is that I might run out of gas trying to make it around and cornering up that hill. Stay in second, but with second you may not carry enough momentum. Just talk myself into third gear. We'll see what happens. Here it is, right here. I go around this corner. Gotta carry some speed. Speed, speed, speed. Hey, downshifted. Oh, I just got a little bit squirrely off to the left there. Oh, I'm not going to go back and try it again. I did make it 2 days ago. And when I downshifted all the way to first, which was a mistake. I just needed a little bit more speed, which I would have had. If I hadn't downshifted, I'd have probably been fine if I'd stayed in third. But I didn't. Besides, who wants to have a perfect run through all this? You make some mistakes, it gives you something to work on the next time. Something to look forward to. Oh, I'm getting pretty close to where Stump intersects the Gateway Trail. And at that point I need to go left, go up a hill, and it isn't real far till I get to where kind of intersect with Pig Farm. And speaking of the Gateway Trail, there it is. And I want to go left. That's what will take me over to Pig Farm. And a pretty good sized hill here. Without a motor, there's no way I could ride up this. Certainly some people could. I think there was a day when I could have. And what is this trail right here? What do they call this? Ever Memorial Highway that direction. I don't know. What is that road? I think it could still be Stellar Way, but I'm not sure. So I will take a look. Well, it's not very clear, and that's why I don't really know what this is called. Okay, there you have it. Anyway, it's just a sharp little hairpin here, and you get off a stump, and now you're going on pig farm. From here, it actually would be a fairly fast run back to where I parked at Chesty's Park. Unless, and I'm thinking I may go back up that tunnel trail again, looking for that upper my trail, and then take it back just so I can reverse it and try to figure out what happened to me, how I got off of that trail a couple days ago. I really don't know where they come up with names for these trails. I have to think maybe there was a pig farm out in this area once upon a time. I don't know. And I just never feel like going over that rock. Every time I go by it and look at it, I go, oh yeah, I could have done that, but somehow when I'm looking at it from the back side, I kind of go, yeah. Okay, fast way back is straight ahead, or even you could go left and maybe get on that railroad track trail or something. Anyway, but I'm going to go up, look for upper my trail and see if I can get back on it. Well, I'll do the tunnel this time. That trail to the right just connects up to tunnel very shortly. Okay, now I don't want to go left. That gets nasty quickly. This could be my intersection. It says my trail to the left. And that is definitely the upper my trail, which will get me back if I can stay on the trail. Hopefully whatever confused me 2 days ago when I was trying to come up this will be more obvious coming the other way. And since I got diverted off of this trail somewhere up here, I haven't ridden this section of the trail in a very long time. And it's mostly downhill. I say mostly, we'll see if it stays that way. Like I say, it's been too long. I don't remember just how it goes. And a little bit of climbing. Uh-oh. Yeah, I remember this. If I'd gone to the left, I would have missed this little gnarly rocky stretch. But you know what? I did it. So, hey, all right. After doing it, I remember it, but I got over on that more difficult side. Certainly don't want to go left there. And that's very, very obvious. I think I went left by accident, and then I went up a lot further, and I knew at some point I ought to be able to get back on it, but I think I didn't come back far enough to get back to this intersection. Anyway, that looks very, very obvious. How did I manage to make a mistake like that? So Foundation Trail that way. Here's where the sign is. And so we go down here a ways. I know where I am now. This is familiar. I'm just about back to Stellar Way. Got to go down this steep hill. And that's the lower my trail right there. This is where I need to cut over. Yes. Now this has got so many bushes, it's hard to tell if somebody would be coming at you down this trail. Oh, by the way, over to the right here, I think I showed this in a video I made a year or two ago, but I think they call that Fraggle Rock, and it's kind of a memorial to a high school student that lived in this area. Passed away, and I'm not sure how he did, but apparently he was popular. First switchback coming up here. I don't always make this like that quite often. Oh, yeah, it's right here. It's like, ow! What fools you is you think maybe you go straight, but no, that just kind of ends down there with a real steep rocky chute, which undoubtedly some people do. And I just Got fooled by that momentarily, so I didn't set up right to make that corner. Here comes the next one. This one I usually make. Although I usually swing wide around that rock back there. This will tighten it up quite a bit. Now here's this other hairpin. This is tight. Now when I came up, carrying a little speed around the corner was the secret to it, but going down, just the way it's kind of banked or not banked, I have to really kind of go slower, finesse it more. So anyway, I didn't get the first one, but I got the next two. So now people could really be flying down this thing on the left, and you really can't see with the leaves on there. I don't think that many people would really ride down that really steep, rocky section there, but guarantee people do it. One thing is, after these leaves finally fall off, the visibility is much, much better going through there. You go a little faster without worrying quite as much about running into somebody. But in the fall, kind of like just how soon do the leaves drop off. And they drop off before the snow gets here. In the spring is when the leaves haven't popped out yet. And the snow melts enough where you can get up there and ride.